Greetings. I want to encourage you to get rich and famous like Solomon. You see, you're told that Solomon, which is son man. You see, when people read about Solomon, they fail to realize that it is speaking about the light in man. They fail to realize that it is not literal, neither is it secular history, and it is not speaking about a man who lived thousands of years ago. No. Everything in the Bible is mental. Everything in the Bible is psychological. And you have to understand the Bible metaphysically. You have to understand it psychologically. You have to know that everything in the Bible have to do with the human psyche. If you do not believe me, tell me of one thing that was done in the Bible from the beginning to the end that wasn't force a thought or force an idea or force imagine. And tell me how you're going to open your mouth to speak to me or how you're going to respond to me. And it wasn't force a thought or force an idea or force imagine. You realize everything that you say and everything that you will ever do is definitely the expression of a thought. So people who want to argue with me and who want to disbelieve me is people who lack understanding and knowledge of the laws that governs all of humanity, such as the law of mentalism. For everything have to first be a thought, it have to first be an idea, it have to first be imagined, and no book can be written and it wasn't first a thought or first an idea or first imagined. So when I talk about Solomon, it's the son in man. Solomon actually means son man. Okay, you have to get that sun to arise within you so you'll realize that this life is a dream. That's why I tell you that when Solomon awake, you realize it's a dream. It's a secret of how when you seek after knowledge and understanding, when you seek to know who you are and you find your God self, you find your creative self, your imaginative self, and you're willing to put it to work, the knowledge that you learn, you're willing to put it to work, because you see, knowledge is potential power. It's only power when you put it to work, when you apply it, action. Okay, and so when you apply it, that's when you actually acting in wisdom, because a wise man would always be a doer and not just a hearer, because even the Bible says you will fool yourself walking away of having look in the mirror of life and forget what manner of man you are. You see, the world is a mirror and it is reflecting who you are. So when you understand how the mind works and you realize that all the results that you're getting in life is based on your mindset, then you would realize that your mind is your greatest asset. So if you don't learn to control your mind and you allow others to control your mind for you, then you will live a limited life on this planet, whereby you will have so much limiting beliefs and you would end up living in doubt, fear, guilt and shame, condemnation. You would have so much self-hate and self-doubt without really knowing it. That is why the people who have all of these traits that I've just mentioned, because these are negative traits, okay, most of the time these people believe that they won't be good if they have riches and prosperity and wealth. They believe that they have to appease some entity outside of themselves. So if they get money, if they become rich, if they become famous, they might forget this entity that they're supposed to worship, this entity on the outside. But I'm saying that there's no entity on the outside that is gonna save you. The saving power is within you. The redeeming power is within you. You're responsible for yourself. All of your words that you will ever speak and all of the actions that you will ever take in life is an expression of what is happening within you. And you're told that the kingdom of God is within you, which have to be a kingdom of creativity, because if you believe God to create everything that you're seeing on the outside, then God definitely have to be the source on the inside. And when I say God, I'm not speaking of a man in the sky. I'm not speaking of an entity on the outside. I'm speaking about the creative, imaginative power that is within you that you call life. But most people do not know how to understand life or to know the phenomena of life. So they live their life as the fruitless fig tree. So when it tells you that the Christ caused the fruitless fig tree, it is telling you every man who have ever come to his Christ consciousness, every man who have ever come to know his true identity, to be his divinity, they will always cause the fruitless fig tree, which means they'll always get rid of a life that is unproductive, a life that doesn't bring forth, a life that is not an asset to the rest of humanity. And so those people, their life is like a liability. Do you realize there's so many people in the world, all they do is eat, sleep, shit, and repeat? And these are the people who talk the most shit. And most of the time they have some religious and superstitious mentality. But the people who embrace abundance and prosperity, they're the same people who embrace creativity, and they use their ability for the upliftment and the advancement of all of humanity. You can't tell me that those who invented the airplane, they didn't do it for the upliftment and advancement of humanity. You can't tell me the Henry Ford, the automobile, look, we have vehicle we could drive. Because a man uses his ability and his creativity for the upliftment of all of humanity. We have electricity because a man was willing to use his creativity for the upliftment of all of humanity. So my brother, my sisters, seeking to be rich and famous is biblical if you're going to ever believe the story of Solomon. And as I said before, it is the son in man. Okay, Solomon is son man. And so it tells you, as I mentioned earlier, that Solomon seeks for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And as a result, he attracts wealth. So it means any man who cannot attract wealth in his life is because he lacks wisdom and understanding. It is because he's living in a frequency of stupidity. Because it's either you're foolish or you're wise. You have to be either foolish or wise. You see, like for example, right? I'm making this video and there's someone who's shouting at me, but he has a disability. So I understand that he has a disability, okay? But do you realize that poverty is a sign of you having a disability? Yeah, it's psychological, because poverty is a lack of imagination. So my brother, my sisters, my encouragement to you is to seek riches and fame. Okay, because it tells you that the fame of Solomon went all over the world. It is your fame. You understand what I'm saying? All around the world, people are benefiting from electricity. All around the world, people are benefiting from the aeroplane and all the great inventions. And sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, when I ask people who look like me concerning how these things came to be, they always say this one thing, and they get it from the great grandparents. So it's something that passed down. If you understand epigenetics, you're going to know what we're talking about. It's something passed down. They always say that God give man knowledge. And I always ask them, why you not saying who man? Who the man and them be that God give knowledge? Because if you only seeing only certain race of people are excelling at a universal level, like to touch people's life universally and come up with great things, then you have to question yourself. But the main point I want to get across to you is that we as a people, melanated people, we have to rise to a higher level without depending on someone controlling you. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to sell your soul to anyone. You don't have to sell your soul to get more views and so on. Because they would definitely come and give you those kind of offers and so on. But I'm saying to you, when you understand who you are, and you understand the very book that they use to brainwash you, and you use the reverse psychology, and you brainwash yourself to have abundance and prosperity, there's no one in this world can stop you from having that abundance and prosperity. There's no one in this world can stop you from being famous. Nothing wrong with popularity. Okay? You see, Everything in this world comes with a cost. And with everything you have to make a sacrifice. And the sacrifice that you might have to make might be that you have to be willing to unlearn, relearn, and reprogram your subconscious mind. You have to accept the fact that your parents been passing down stupidity onto you. Especially if you've been raised to have a religious and superstitious mindset and to believe in secular Christianity that's pointing to look outwardly, thinking that some man gonna come from the skies to save you. But my brother might say I can go on and on and on and on and on. But the main point I wanna get across to you is that riches is your birthright. Fame, popularity, all of these things, it's your damn birthright. It's here for everyone. It's not just here for the Chinese, it's not just here for the white man, it's not just here for the Indian man. No, it's for everyone, but it's the choice you make. So you could make the choice to be stupid, or you can make the choice to be wise. You can believe a man literally take water and turn it into wine, or you will get my book and read it and see the language of symbology and understand the Bible metaphysically and esoterically. Because you have never seen any preacher or any religious one take literal water and turn it into wine. And then if you're going to say that is symbolic, then you have to accept the fact that the entire book is symbolic. So if you're going to say, oh, that part is not literal, but some part is literal and some part is literal, making a fool out of yourself. None of it is literal and secular history. It all have to do with the human psyche. It all have to do with the mindset. So my brother and my sisters, when you look at nature, you see the mango tree bringing forth what? Bountifully. Abundantly. You look at the sea bringing forth abundantly. You look at everything in nature and they're bringing forth bountifully. In abundance. And you're not bringing forth in abundance, it means that you are out of alignment with nature itself. And to be in alignment with nature, you have to find the power that is within you to align you with the rest of nature. And that is the sun power. Yeah. Do you realize that they give you a S-O-N instead of the S-U-N? They switch it. Do you realize that the sun is the giver of our life? Do you realize the sun is the light of the world? Well, not too far from where I live, there's a church with a cross and a man on the cross, and they say Jesus is the light of the world. You have to be so stupid to think a S-O-N could exist unless there must be the S-U-N. The S-U-N have always been here. Agriculture have always been here. Men started out as hunters, gatherers. And what were they doing? They were acting out what was in their psyche. And so when you sow and you reap, you have to do it not just physically only, but you have to understand it psychologically, you have to understand it spiritually. And all of that is simplicity. It's just sowing and reaping. So when they talk about the law of attraction and they do and all of these things, it's basically sowing and reaping. So when you think about the secret that was discovered by Andrew Carnegie, and Andrew Carnegie become a rich man, and Napoleon Hill wrote that book, Think and Grow Rich. What do you think you're talking about? If you're going to think and grow. Why are you using agricultural term? Think and grow, which means your thoughts are seeds. Your mind is a garden. You think a man and a woman was actually in a literal garden? It's the one I'm going. It has to be really stupid to be Adam and Eve and believe that they bring forth Cain and Abel, and you don't know that Cain and Abel is the results you're getting in life. You're either bringing forth a destructive life, I bring forth a creative, imaginative, uplifting life. That's why I'm teaching you. But most people do not even have any understanding of the law of gender. So they take a personification of a person, they take an allegory for history, and I can go on and on and on and on. But I'm going to come to a close here. The main point is that abundance and prosperity is your birthright. Fame, popularity is your birthright. Don't look up to no one and think, oh, he's a celebrity. He's different from me. No one different from you. All of us are the same power. It's only one power. It's how you use the power. The rich man, the poor man, the beggar man, the thief is one mind. One mind. It's just different arrangement of the same one mind. We are all one. There's only one universal consciousness. Don't make no one fool you. So my brother, my sisters, what are you going to choose? Poverty or prosperity? It feels good when you live in a prosperous life. It feels good when you can escape the 9-to-5 job. You know how much people go into a job they don't love? Man, I could go on and on and on and on and on. But let me come to a close here, man. So let me say, if this is the very first time that you listen to me, what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you, if it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I definitely want to encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at BlackMadGuru. And I will also encourage you to get my latest book, which is called The Secret Vagina, Mystery of the Virgin Birth, The Secret Portal. You see, when it comes to the virgin birth, you see, because they keep you on one level only, which is on the physical level only, which is the level of the animals. And they interpret the Bible to you as literal and secular history. You accept the Jesus and Mary story as literal and secular history and forget that you are physical, you're psychological, and you're spiritual. So you miss the psychological essence of it, what you're really saying, and that's why you can't bring forth your brainchild. Yeah. But you want to live off of the brainchild of Henry Ford. You want to live off of the brainchild of Benjamin Franklin. You want to live off of the brainchild of Alexander Graham Bell. You want to live off of the brainchild of the Wright brothers. And, you know, like for example, my mother was trying to hold a little argument with me, telling me that it was a black woman who came up with Kentucky Fried Chicken. I said, who is on the box when people go and buy Kentucky Fried Chicken? Who is on the box? A white man named Colonel Sanders or whatever. And they claim that he was 65 at the time. You argue, it was a black woman. If you don't have what it takes to patent your stuff, and you went to those people patent, they could steal your stuff. You could all the time say, oh, they steal it. Brother, my sisters, the thing is that you have to wise up. Okay? Now, as I was mentioning, The Secret Vagina, okay, I'll also encourage you to get Spiritual Recipe for Better Living, plus my many other books like How Meditate to Eradicate Poverty, How to Turn Water into Wine, Your Mood is Your Fortune, the 66 Books of Magic, the Overcomer's Bible, plus my other books that are available there for you, and my journals. Also, if you would like to become a part of my Patreon community, you're most welcome. I have a course there for people who are donating $20 or more. But if you do not have that and you want to donate 10, 15 or 5, there's still a lot of other information that is available there for you. But if you want to get the course, the Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously, it's for people who are donating $20 or more. And with that is a bonus course and self-concept. So you're getting 2. Okay? For just donating $20 or more. And this knowledge is going to make you millionaire, multi-millionaire. Trust me, I know what I'm telling you. Okay, so if you feel strongly led, I would definitely encourage you to make sure that you check out all of the links that are down below and let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So with that being said, I just want to say peace. Love you all. Out.